It was early December and I was enrolled in a small, quaint college in northern New England. The grounds were beautifully landscaped and the campus was dotted with dark green junipers that beckoned to be decorated with bright Christmas ornaments and twinkling lights. In the middle of the campus was a small park filled with large canopy trees that still had a few leaves clinging to the branches despite it being the dead of winter. During the early evening, I found myself stopped in the middle of the field, mesmerized by the lamplight as it cast a soft glow on a fond, faded memory. I stood there in silence as I let my mind drift to a beautiful dream that occurred not long ago. The dream came to me softer than the rain that falls during a fog-shrouded morning. It was early fall and the trees were brimming with brilliant hues of bright yellow, rustic orange, and dark amber. It was during this season of autumn splendor that I found myself in that quiet corner of the world, surrounded by nature's beauty in the chilly fall air. I was in this exact same spot when I was approached by a beautiful girl. She was clothed in a long flowing organdy dress of midnight blue with a soft pink cashmere sweater that was complemented by a billowy indigo scarf. I thought she looked out of place in contrast to what most other girls her age wore to class, but it was that uniqueness that made her all the more alluring. Her skin was pale white and her long thick hair blew softly in the cool breeze. Her ethereal appearance made me catch my breath, and I was stunned that she had approached me of all the people on campus. She said that she had saw me in her class and was wondering if she could borrow my notes from the previous lesson. I was more than happy to oblige. However, my heart ached for something more than an idle chance encounter. The following evening, while I was walking among the junipers and frosted fields, I heard a small voice calling my name from under the distilled light from the doorsteps of an old stone building. I turned and it was her. My heart caught in my throat as she ran to me, her cheeks flushed with the night. She thanked me for the notes as she handed them back and asked if I would accompany her to get a cup of coffee. My heart squeezed tightly in my chest as I gladly accepted the gracious offer. We walked across the dimly lit field past the radiant glow of shop displays to a quaint little coffee house. The smell of the delicious brew permeated the air as the candlelight dimly lit the room in flickering light and smoky burgundy shadows. That was just the beginning of many more memories to come. We found our connection deepening with the passing days, hours, and minutes. Time was at a standstill as we walked the empty streets of the small college town, accompanied by the soft chimes of cathedral bells as we wandered our way back to campus. It was on one of these walks that I first held her hand. It was warm and gentle and made me flush with excitement, and I couldn't help but admire the beautiful innocence of the moment. The shimmering light of the shops reflected in her eyes as the cathedral bells echoed through the alleyways, adding a romantic ambience to the night. I knew at this moment that we had crossed the boundaries of friendship and began a journey of unyielding love that could only be embraced by a chance moment in time. The cold air was still, and our feet made crunching noises on the frosted fields as we walked back to our dorm. There was no need for conversation since the warmth we felt from each other's company was more than words could express. I was thinking about the evening, and I could feel my nerves shaking as I anticipated the magic of our first kiss. We were at our dorm before I knew it, and as she turned to me, we embraced, and I felt my heart melt. Her honey-colored hair clung to her face, and I brushed it aside as we sealed that magic night with a kiss that I will never forget. The memory of those days are long ago and far away, but on those autumn days when the first frost covers the ground and shimmers in the early light, I remember her as I sipped my warm cup of coffee and immersed myself in that dream and remember how much I loved her. I hope you enjoyed my story. It is inspired by a song that is special to me and always casts a spell when I hear it and touches my heart for that brief moment, suspends me in time, and floods me with fond memories. Can you guess the song behind the inspiration of my story? Please discuss in the comments below and like and subscribe to my channel for more song-inspired stories. I will post the song title and the artist the following week, so make sure to check back for the update. Until then, I hope you find that special song that speaks to your heart and takes you away to an enduring memory.